Okay, so your foundation is already on, and now we're at the step that ages people faster than anything. Concealer. Most people think concealer makes you look younger because it brightens the eye area, which it can in certain techniques and if you get everything else right. But if it's the wrong formula or placed in the wrong spot or you've used the wrong amount, it does the complete opposite. It makes the under eye look drier, older, and enhances all those things that you're actually just really trying to hide. So it ends up looking more creased, more crepey, more textured, all those things that we really don't want around that area. So I'm going to show you how makeup artists apply concealer to lift the area, smooth out the skin, and look kind of invisible. Definitely not heavy. Now, if you like these kind of masterclass style detailed videos, then please do hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell button because it means you won't miss my next video. Let's very quickly talk about how concealer can end up aging the eyes, just so that you have a good understanding before we actually go in with the correct way and how it can help you look younger. There's 3 main reasons as to why concealer can end up aging your skin or aging the way that you look. Too much product, so therefore it ends up being quite thick around that area, and the eye area has the thinnest skin than anywhere else on the body. So you imagine it's already so delicate there, and then we've piled on too much product, and it can end up looking heavier later on in the day. So even if you just apply it and you're like, oh, it all looks great, later in the day, if you have applied too much, it can end up just looking thicker and heavier. The other reason is if you've applied something which is too matte and too drying to the area, because what happens is when you have a very matte area, it absorbs the light, so it doesn't bounce off. So therefore it ends up enhancing things like texture and fine lines, and then it ends up making it stand out, and that's again something that we don't want. The third reason is the wrong placement, and this is probably going to guarantee that you're going to get creasing, because if you don't apply it in the correct way and in the correct places, then it can end up creasing, and it can also end up again aging you, which it could be down to the creasing like I mentioned, or it could be down to the drooping, so it isn't lifting enough. Lifting will always make you look a bit younger. Honestly, the fix, I would say 90% of the time, is not necessarily buying a new concealer, it's actually applying it differently. All right, let's talk about prepping the under eyes. Now, I already have my foundation on, but I have already prepped the area. I want to explain to you why you need to make sure you do that. Before you apply your foundation, obviously you would apply eye cream. You want to make sure it's not too much. It is a very small amount, and you want to pat it gently around the eye area, but not too close to the actual eye. Then obviously you're going to go ahead and apply your foundation, which is at the point that we're at now, right? I've applied my foundation. I haven't got anything else on my face. So at this point, you don't just go straight in with your concealer. What I want you to do is prep the eye again, but not with a specific product. I want you to do one thing. I want you to press the under eye area with either a clean finger or a clean sponge. If there is any foundation sitting in the fine lines here, or around any creasing, I want you to smooth that out immediately before you go in with foundation. Because what can happen is when you apply your foundation, you naturally will go probably quite close to your under eye area, or maybe even you don't think you're going that close, but it's very easy to kind of like get it into that area. And then you've already got that excess product there before you've even gone in with your concealer. If the area feels quite dry to you when you press it, then I want you to actually apply a very tiny amount of eye cream, because it may mean that you need a little bit extra eye cream. So if it feels extremely dry and kind of like when you smooth your finger to the side, it kind of drags the skin a lot and it feels very dry, then apply a little bit more eye cream, tiny bit. Concealer does not hide dryness, it actually highlights it. That's why you need to make sure you've got a really nice smooth surface underneath before you go in with concealer. Now, one of the biggest mistakes I see is people applying concealer all the way up very close to the lower lash line. That area where you've applied it super close to the lower lash line creases immediately and constantly, by the way, throughout the day, because of the, like, look at that immediately. Can you see that line there? So immediately it's creasing. That's like the most movement you're going to get in that area, around the eye area. So it's just constantly going to be creasing all day. The more movement you have, the more it's going to gather there, the more it's going to show the texture. And also, just a quick FYI, a lot of heavy product very close to the lash line, especially concealer, actually ends up making your eyes look smaller. Now, what we want to do is apply concealer slightly lower than you actually think. And I don't know if you've ever noticed in my previous videos, like, or whether you've looked out for this particular thing, but I actually don't go close to the lash line at all. So I'm going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape, which is my usual concealer that I would use. Now, what I'm going to do is apply this in strategic areas. And this is where it's also going to help us to look younger. So the placement is going to give us the lift, but it's also going to ensure that it doesn't enhance the textural fine lines later on, because we're applying it a little bit lower. We're not applying it too close to the under eye area. So actually, I want to apply it just here. Now I want to add here a little disclaimer. You don't have to add the amount that I'm adding. So what I want you to take away from this is placement, and don't apply too much. You may need less than this, or you may need a little bit more. It's really trial and error. It's really a case of you kind of like trying it out and seeing what kind of works well for you. There you go. Those are the kind of 2 placements I want you to work on for the eye area. In a corner, there is actually a small amount. I know it looks like it's a large area there that I've covered, but actually it's not so big because we're not covering the whole of the under eye area. Also, the amount that I've applied is actually very thin. It's not a thick, gloopy layer. This is where you get the darkness and it can make you look tired. The outer corner is where we're going to lift. This is going to help to lift the feature, but also make it look a lot slightly brighter in that area. It visually pulls everything up. So what we're doing here is brightening up the areas that make you look tired very quickly, but you're also leaving alone the areas that have high movement. So this area here, can you see, even though I'm smiling, it's not actually going into that crease area. So we haven't actually applied concealer there. And then this area here, like I said, is lifting. Now here's what I do next. I let it sit. Now so far I've let it sit for a decent amount of time while I've been talking. That's gonna just almost like, it just marinates a little bit, thickens up slightly. So it actually makes it easier for you to blend and you get a more flawless finish there without having to apply more product. So therefore, less product can give you more coverage. Less product, less creasing equals younger looking eyes. Okay, at this point, I wanna get my beauty blender. I've got one here. I'm gonna spray this twice with my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. We're gonna blend with tapping motions. We're gonna very lightly tap it. And then we're gonna take this up into that outer corner where we applied it and go in that direction that we applied it. See that? Can we just see this? Like, I did not even go close to my lower lash line, so it's not covering that entire area, but it naturally goes up a little bit, just enough. The key here is pressure. You really want to make sure that you're not pressing too hard, but also not so light that it's not easily blending in. The other thing is you want to make sure that when you're tapping, you are not moving it around into other areas that you don't need it to be. You don't want to add concealer onto areas that you really don't need it, because then it's just unnecessary product. Rubbing it in ends up mixing it with your foundation. It can break it apart. Whereas when you tap it, it sets it in place where you actually need it. Now, like I said, always blend upwards and outwards so it gives you that lift. Now at this point you want to make sure that you remove creases before you actually set. Before powder goes anywhere near the eye area, you've got to get rid of any creasing in the movement that has already been made, because if you leave it, I can guarantee it's already set in some lines, even if you haven't like smiled. First thing we want to do is whatever's left on this sponge, I want to take it over my eyelids, because as you can see that looks like it's just a random mix of redness. So I'm actually just going to take this over. It doesn't need a lot. It's whatever's on the sponge is more than enough. And what I tend to do is just set that area first. So I've got my Huda Beauty Easy Bake and I've got a little bit of powder on my sponge, my puff, sorry. And then I'm just going to get my brush and just dust this off. Okay, eyelids are done. Right, as I said, we want to make sure there is no creasing. So what we want to do now is look up, get the tip of your sponge, look up and just touch the bottom part of your lash line. So you just want to make sure you're lifting off any product that's sitting in the lines. Now, ideally, I'm so used to doing it without a mirror because I know what I'm doing and I've been doing it for years. But look like this. If you really want to see what you're doing, then look into the mirror that way. Okay, so we're going to get the puff. We're going to go into this powder. We're now going to press into the hand so there's not a whole load of powder. We're going to press. Now, what I want you to do is get the brush immediately. This is like a no-bake setting. And what that means is we're dusting the powder off immediately. There you go. We did not even leave it a minute. Do not bake, ever. Baking is literally dehydration under the eyes. So if you think of baking with your powder, it's like air drying. It's like, it's just sucking the life and the moisture out of your face. So always remember that that's what baking's gonna do. If you have oily skin, that's gonna be amazing for you. But if you are in your 40s and or even below, and you're dealing with like, you know, you haven't got as much of the glow that you used to, then don't bake. It's really not gonna help you in any way. It's just gonna dry things out even more. I just wanna powder the rest of the face because obviously I didn't powder anywhere else, but I actually don't want a lot, especially around the perimeter. So I'm just gonna do a little bit on my forehead, on my cheeks. Now, an optional finish here is to melt it into the skin. You can do that by using any kind of setting spray, but I really, really do love 3 setting sprays. Well, actually 4 maybe. Let me go through them. One is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, absolutely amazing for melting powder into the skin. I use that most of the time. And then also the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Soft Setting Spray is really good too for melting powder in. And then if you have oily skin and you do prefer a matte finish, you can also use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray Matte Blur. And if you have super dry skin, this is great for very, very dry skin. Use the Laura Mercier Translucent Hydrating Setting Spray Ultra Blur. That's if you really love that glass skin finish, then go for that one. Alternatively, if you don't want to spray it, you can get your sponge, you can spray like the sponge and then press all over the face, and you can be very targeted that way. So I'm actually just gonna spray this on. I'm gonna let that dry. Yeah, I'm happy with that amount. It basically fuses the layers and takes away that kind of dusty finish that you get on your skin after you've just put powder on, but it doesn't take away the coverage. So ultimately, if concealer is aging your eyes, it's almost never the concealer itself. It's the amount, placement, blending, and kind of powder finish of it. Like for example, if you add too much powder. So yeah, I really hope that all made sense. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Beauty Breakfast Club, which is basically my online platform where it's all about beauty, wellness, mindset, sprinkling of fashion there. And I write a newsletter every 2 days and it goes on there live. So it's literally like, imagine like Vogue Beauty or like, I don't know, Cult Beauty, Beauty Bay, you know, all these like really nice beauty sites, but they sell products. Imagine going to something like that, but it's not about selling you any products, it's educational. It's like tips and tricks, new product releases to see if you want to get them, like lists of the best products for, I don't know, contouring, over 40s, like all sorts of stuff on there. You're gonna absolutely love it. It's like a one-stop shop for everything to do with beauty. And it's free to subscribe, but if you go for the paid version, it costs you the same as getting yourself like a coffee every month, that's it. But it unlocks the entire site and you get to join the group chat where I am as well. So you can actually ask me questions directly and I'll answer them. And the community as part of that group chat is so nice. Everyone's so friendly with one another. If you want a nice group of friends, then this is where you're gonna find them, because there is no mean girl behavior there. It's just nice people who are, no one's a hater, everyone's a lover. That sounded really weird, but you know, everyone loves one another and we all help each other. And yeah, it's just a really nice place where I think you're actually going to enjoy it. So I'd really love you to subscribe and hopefully I can meet you over on there. So just to summarize very quickly, less product, lower placement than what you actually think. Let it sit for a little while to let it thicken up so that it gives you more coverage, but you've still used less product. Tap to blend. So you just tap, 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 tap. Remove your creases before you apply your powder. Do the no bake routine. If you don't know what that is, if you want a full video on that, search it on my channel because there is a full video teaching you how to do the no bake routine. Basically no baking. Press on the powder, dust it off immediately. That's how you get a smooth under eye area, which is lifted and does not age you. I hope you've enjoyed it today and I will see you on the next video.